Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sat Sri Akal, and a very good evening to Nottingham. You're listening to Radio Faza 97.1 FM. It's Friday evening, and all we do on a Friday evening is talk just cricket. And the local time is 7 o'clock, and it's 20th of January 2023. I'm this evening Masood Shaffi, and all we're going to do is talk cricket. And today's show is a special dedication to a very personal friend of mine, not just my friend, Nottinghamshire's friend. It's a special dedication in the memory of Nasir Pasha. And my request to all the Nottingham listeners tonight is give me a call and let's talk about Nas Pasha, who was an ambassador of cricket in Nottinghamshire, who's helped the young youth instead of hanging around the streets and getting up to no good. He actually gathered them and actually took them to cricket, so they loved this fantastic game of cricket. He spent all majority of his life in dedication of cricket. And so tonight's show, especially for Mr. Nasir Pasha, and I urge all the Nottinghamshire community to please give me a call on 0115 7100 971, and let's talk about Nas Pasha. I'll just tell you a little bit about Nas Pasha. I've known Nas Pasha all my life. I came into this country in 1969, and I've known Nas Pasha from a very, very young age. He was a gentleman of a chap, a very nice young man, always had a smile on his face, and what he's done for cricket in Nottinghamshire is unbelievable. A lot of the youngsters that you actually see playing cricket is all down to this young man. Mr. Mike, also of Cavaliers in Carrington, and Shiraz, also a very, very personal friend of Nas Pasha, who actually, all three of them were the main people behind Carrington Cricket Club. And later on in years, West Indian English joined them. And it's a fantastic club. It's got fantastic teams between 1 to 4. We've got a team in the Premier League. They've got a team in the South Notts Cricket League. They have youth teams. They have a ladies team. And Nas Pasha was the actual backbone of all what's happening within Cavaliers in Carrington at the moment. So I just want to urge all Nottinghamshire to give me a call, and let's make this a very special evening for Nas Pasha in the memory of such a wonderful, wonderful person. He's also a very long-standing friend of Radio Faza. Hello, good evening. Hello and good evening. Welcome to Radio Faza. You're live on air. Who's speaking to? Oh, hello, Gary. How are you? I shouldn't be. I'm sitting right on top of it. Thank you so much, Gary, for calling. As you know, this show tonight is dedicated to a very personal friend of mine, Pasha, not just my friend, Nottinghamshire's friend, who's played a massive part in Nottinghamshire of getting all the youth together. He's been involved in cricket for the last 35, 40 years. He also held various tournaments within Nottinghamshire, and he's been doing that for 30 years. We sadly lost him in December. And my show is specially dedicated to Pasha tonight. And I'm sure you've come across Pasha for many years. And is there anything that you want to say about Pasha, who was an ambassador in my eyes of Nottinghamshire cricket? That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. And solid, yeah. Absolutely. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you. Uh, that's right. And talk about, that's right. Absolutely. Like, he was a wonderful chap. Always a massive smile on his face every time you've seen him. You know, it's going to be a great loss to me because he was my walking partner around the boundary when I used to go and watch Cavaliers. We used to talk a lot, walk around the boundary, as you do. It's talking nonsense, enjoying the weather, and just soaking everything in to do with cricket. And I'm going to miss him immensely. Wonderful guy. I just wish him and his family, condolences from Radio Faza, deepest condolences, and I just hope that everything becomes easier. It's easier said than done. They say time is a great healer, and I just hope that his family, take on board what's happened, and that we all just got to, help them to sort of move on, especially his lad Billy Pasha, who he doted on. He took him to Pakistan to play cricket. His lad is a very, very good cricketer, and it's going to be very, very hard for this young man. And we as a community have got to get together and put our arms around this young man, and make sure that he continues his father's dream. And his father's dream was to play cricket at the highest level, be part of a club. It's not an individual sport. And we often used to talk about that, walking around the boundary. And he was a great inspiration to me. And it was because of Nas Pasha that Nottingham have got somebody in me to educate my community that cricket is not actually just about playing, it's about participating in other avenues to do with cricket. And Nas Pasha was an ambassador of that. He stopped playing cricket at a very young age, but then he didn't stop. He actually carried on to encourage all the youngsters to come out of their house, collecting youngsters off the streets to take them to cricket. Mr. Mike as well, Clinton Mike, he was another one who was with Nas Pasha. He used to drive around Forest Fields, picking up kids and to form a team and get the kids off the street and let them enjoy this beautiful game of cricket. And he's going to be sorely, sorely missed, Gary. He really, really is in Nottinghamshire. And Cavaliers, they're devastated for a man the work behind, and Tyrone Brown is using his right arm, because Tyrone Brown and Nas Pasha were very close, and not just picking the team, all the other things, Gary, as you know, that are involved in organising not just one team but 4 or 5 teams within a club. So he's going to be sorely missed. No, absolutely. So we'll leave it for that, Gary. So thank you so much for calling, waiting on the line. Thank you so much, Gary, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Gary. Bye-bye. And that was Gary Eddington, all the way from Devon. I mean, he is my sports correspondent, and he gives me cricket news all around the globe. He hasn't given any news tonight because this is a special show for my personal friend Nas Pasha, and I'm still waiting for people to give me a call on 0115 7100 971, and let's talk and let's make this a special night for Nas Pasha. So 0115 7100 971. And I have a caller on now. Hello, good evening. You're live through to the studios. Hello, good evening. Listen. वालेकुम सलाम जनाब, कैसे हैं आप? अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं ठीक ठाक। आप कौन? हाँ, अस्सलाम वालेकुम आलिम भाई, कैसे हैं आप? जी जी, आमीन आमीन। That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. 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 Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to be very, very hard for Billy, but we're here. As a team, we're here to support you, Billy, if you're listening. And inshallah, we can't take the place of your father, but we can, obviously not. But we are here. We're here for you more than any time before yours. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, like you say, I mean, it's a big loss. It's a big loss to Nottinghamshire cricket. Um, mm, inshallah. Inshallah. Absolutely. 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 Well, we would just we just pray for the family, inshallah. Inshallah. But so I think it's just a shock to everybody. It's just devastating. It's just devastating. But thank you so much for your call and remembering our friend. He deserves all the. I know you're getting upset. I can sense it. I can sense it. Thank you so much, Alan. No, absolutely, absolutely. So thank you so much, Alan भाई. आपने याद किया अपने नासिर भाई को. I really, really appreciate it. And inshallah, हम उनके लिए दुआ करते हैं कि उनका अगला सफर जो है ना, ये is always there. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for remembering such a lovely person. Thank you. So the telephone number to go is 0115 Keep the calls coming through, and let's talk about my friend Goodman for the show. So this is a special program dedicated in the memory of Nas Pasha of Nottinghamshire, who sadly passed away in December. Radio Faza send the deepest condolences to the family, friends of Nas Pasha, who was a wonderful person who did a lot for the Asian community, and he is an ambassador of cricket in my eyes. So let's keep these calls coming, and let's talk about my friend Nas Pasha. And you're listening to Radio Fuzz. You're listening to Radio Fuzz at 97.1 FM, and the local time is 19:21. I can't say that for my friend because he absolutely loved cricket. You never see here Nas Pasha doesn't like cricket. So come on, Nottingham, keep these calls coming in. 0115 7100 971. This is a special program dedicated to my special friend, Mr. Pasha, in the memory of. He loved it. So keep the calls coming in, 0115 7100 971. And this is in all from Pasha. And the telephone number to call is 0115 7100 971. And I'm waiting. And the local time is 1923. It's 20th of January. And it's cold out there in Nottingham today. Hello, assalamu alaikum. You're live through to the studios. Hello, good evening. Oh, hello, Alam. How are you? Thank you so much. That's why I'm here, Alam. Share all the good memories, my brother. Tell me something funny about Nas. He always carried stuff like that, didn't he? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Dan Sutton. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The good old days, good times, good memories. I know that, when during the week in the summer, I mean, if I rang Naz up in the afternoon and say, "Where are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm at Carrington." I said, "What are you doing there?" He goes, "Oh, Mac, I've just come. I've got some tea. I've got me Diet Coke. On your way, bring some milk, and I've got some biscuits, and we'll cricket on." And I'm talking in the afternoon. That's how much he was in love with cricket. Mm. Yeah. Angle leaf. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Forget the Diet Coke and the biscuits. But yeah, he's going to be sorely, sorely missed. Nottingham's not going to be the same without him. Cavaliers in Carrington is not going to be the same without him. It's actually not going to be the same going to that ground because that's the first person you actually saw when you went to Carrington. As soon as you drove in through the gates, you saw Naspa. He was the first person there. He was the first person you saw, you know. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Inshallah. Inshallah. That's what's it's on the cards to do that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, absolutely. And friends like yourself, we need to all get together and make a fantastic tournament for this young man who deserves it, who spent his entire 35 years of his life dedicated to, having a tournament, getting, getting all the communities from not just Nottinghamshire, out of Nottinghamshire, Derby, Bradford, Leicester, wherever you can think, people were traveling to Nas Pasha's tournament because they were organized, they were well managed, and everybody loved playing in that tournament. And we're gonna, yeah, okay, yeah, carry on. But he had everything in the boot, didn't he? If you needed a cap, yeah, he had everything in that big boot of his in his Mercedes. Ev- every single thing in that, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for taking time, Alan. I really, really appreciate it. And absolutely, absolutely. And well, that's all we can do, Nottingham, now is pray for him and just hope that God makes it easier for the rest of the family. Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. Yeah, it's not just because of cricket season. No, Nas Pasha's in our hearts all the time. It's not just cricket season, you know. But thank you so much for your call, Alam, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz. Khuda Hafiz. Keep the calls coming in on 115 7100 971. And that was the second time Mr. Alam has called. Thank you so much for your time, taking your time out and for calling in memory of Mr. Nas Pasha. And what Alam says is absolutely true. You could get anything and everything from the boot of Nas Pasha's car. He carried everything from biscuits to tea to Diet Coke to Billy's kit. I mean, Billy's got about, I don't know, so many bats and so many pads, and all that was in the boot of Nas's car. I think as Nas kept putting stuff in the boot, I think his boot kept growing because there's no end to the amount of stuff that Nas Pasha carried to do with cricket. And the time is 19:30. It's Friday, 20th of January, 2023. So 5710971. I'm your host for the rest of the evening, Masood Shaffi, and it's a special dedication in the memory of my friend and Nottinghamshire's friend, Nas Pasha. I tell you something, Nottingham, he loved it. Oh, Nas Pasha can get enough of cricket. I can remember just season just gone. For the for all of the season, if you wanted to meet Nas in midweek, what are you doing, Nas? Oh, I've got to take Billy to cricket. Where are you going? Oh, we're going X, Y, and Z. Then the following day, you ask him, Nas, what are you doing in the evening? Oh, I'm taking Billy to X, Y, and Z. So for the 7 days a week, Nas was so busy with his son Billy, taking him all over the country to play cricket, and that's because he wanted to be a part of his son, and that is my message to my community. You know, I'm part of that. You know, when I used to be a coach, our families used to come and drop off the young children and then go and do the business and then come back after the training session and then to collect the child. Well, that's all well and good, and I know everybody needs to earn a living. Majority of our, our friends go to work and taxi drivers, etc., etc. But someone like Nas Pasha, who give up everything, to make sure that his son gets to cricket on time, and not only that, but to support his son throughout. Cricket. So you have your highs and your lows, and Nas was there for his son when his son, maybe got out for a duck, and said, "Listen, son, there's always tomorrow. Practice harder, make sure you don't get a duck." And he did that tirelessly year in, year out. And I've got a caller on the line. We'll continue with this conversation shortly. Hello, good evening. You're live through to studio. Masood Shaffi. Hello, walaikum salam. Who am I speaking to, please? जी हाँ जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, कैसे हैं आप? अल्हम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप सुनाएं, आप कैसे हैं? नहीं, थैंक यू सो मच, आपने टाइम निकाल के हमारे भाई के लिए टाइम निकाला आपने। तो आप क्या बात करना चाहेंगे अपने नसीर पाशा के बारे में? जी, जी। नहीं, वो बेशक। आमीन, आमीन। जी, बिल्कुल। जी, 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 बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। जी, जी, बेशक। जी, जी, बेशक, बेशक। फ़िरदौस में जी, जी, बेशक, बेशक। और उनकी फ़ैमिली की है, सब्र सब्र की दुआ अता फ़रमाते हैं हम सब लोग। हाँ जी, बस वो वही मैं कह रहा था ना, मैं पहले आगे अर्ज़ कर रहा था कि वो ग्राउंड हमें सेम नहीं लगेगा। जी, जी, बेशक, बेशक। जी, जी, बेशक। थैंक यू सो मच, आपने उनको याद किया। तो इंशाल्लाह, थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। So WhatsApp the studio, 9115 Leave a message or call us on WhatsApp. I know Nas Pasha loved it. So keep your scores coming in. You can WhatsApp me on 015 Somebody's just WhatsApp sent a message. It says, in the loving memory of Mamu Nasir, what a man you were, a true treasure to be around. Your laughter will forever remain in our hearts. You will be truly missed for all you have put into Nottinghamshire cricket. It has truly been noticed. Your hard work and efforts will be remembered by many. From your loving nieces, Javeria, Aisha, and Zara. Thank you so much for that lovely message, ladies. I'm sure he will appreciate it. He'll be looking down upon us with that beautiful, gorgeous smile that he has. And I'm wishing all you guys sabr, inshallah. Say, have a Diet Coke on us. Everybody remembers that Diet Coke, don't they, for Mr. Nas Pasha? So keep the calls coming in. You can WhatsApp the number 0115 7100 971. And it's Friday, the 20th of January. Where is the time going? So today's show just is in a memory of, and it's dedicated to my personal friend, not just my personal friend, but Nottinghamshire's friend, Mr. Nas Pasha, who sadly passed away in December. And if you have any good memories about Nas Pasha and you want to talk to me and the community, call is 157 tell you a little story about Nas Pasha. Sometime in, I think it was towards August, our under 15s, they were in the finals of the National T20 Cup. We had to travel to Rugby. I travelled, there was myself, Nas, and Mr. Tyrone Brown and Shiraz. We all travelled together in one car. And you can imagine the laughter that we had going all the way to Rugby. It was laugh a minute. And, Nas would start something, blame it on me. Mr. Brown would then blame me for starting the conversation. And I says, Chief, it's not me who started it. It was Nas. And Nas said, no, it's not me. So we had such a laugh all the way there on the day of the game. Our youngsters, they got to the finals, but unfortunately they lost. But the day that we had together, it's many days I've had like that with Nas, and they will stay with me for as long as I live. And I also spoke to Nas Pasha the night before on a Tuesday while he was flying on a Wednesday. And I'm also myself thinking of going to Pakistan in February. And Nas says, here's my Pakistani telephone number. You make sure that you come and stay with me for a couple of nights and we'll go and watch Billy and then we'll travel together and we'll do all these things that, boys do when they're together, is go out, eat dinner, eat barn, have a lassi or whatever the lads do when they're together. So yeah, it was devastating news for me, and I'm sure Nottinghamshire itself. But yeah, what it was, and having um, not just a nice, humble, a very, very humble human being. Can't tell me more stories than Nash, and I don't know why. 01471000971. And I'm waiting for you to call me. I know it's going to be very hard for you to talk to me, but I want you to ring me up, Billy, please, because I want to talk to you. And the telephone number is to call, or you can WhatsApp 01571000971. And the local time is 1942. And it's Friday, 20th of January. And the weather's pretty cold out there. So in country, Mr. Nas Pasha, was what he did for Nottinghamshire community. It's unbelievable. He will be remembered for many, many, many years to come for what he's done in Nottinghamshire within the South Asian community. So I want the community to join me and let's talk about Nas Pasha. I've dedicated in the memory of Nas Pasha today. The whole 2 hours of my show is dedicated to my friend and Nottinghamshire's friend, Mr. Nasir. So yes, talking about Nas Pasha. I mean, delicious. It wasn't personal. It was to do with cricket, and we do that. Men do that. You know, we have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we kiss and make up because it's to do You did, sir, and I'm really, really grateful, and I'm on. Absolutely, yes, absolutely, Mr. Brown. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's, yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Mm. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, Chief. Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm sure this means a lot, not just to Nottingham to all his family. And it's always nice to know that, we all leave home on a Saturday morning and your wife just knows you're going to cricket and they think that you go to cricket and that's it, you mess about with your mates and do this, that, the other. They didn't realize what important part that their husband is actually playing within the community of Nottinghamshire. So, that's why I decided to dedicate this show to make sure to let his family know that, Nas Pasha was so important to Nottinghamshire in the sport area of cricket that, his family should be proud. And that's why we were remembering him. He was such a lovely person. And his family should be proud of, in this short space of time, what he's actually done in this community for Nottinghamshire. He's made a name for not only just cricket, but he's made paths for people to come and enjoy this game. We've got, which is, Mr. Mike, Pasha, and Shiraz. That's all they're doing. Their hard work, their persistence, of getting that home ground, so we can compete as a South Asian team within in the Premier League within South North. So hats off to these people, Mr. Mike, Shiraz, and Nas Pasha, for actually sorting this out for generations to come, Mr. Brown. You know, uh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Brilliant, man. And you know what? For somebody else to take his position within Cavaliers in Carrington, it's going to be a job for you, Mr. Brown. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you there, Chief. He was. He was. He'll be sorely, sorely missed, Chief. In every category, in every category, as a friend, as a husband, as a father, as a colleague. He's just going to be sorely, sorely missed. And all we can do, brother, is pray for his family. So God make it, make it easier for them, because he was such a nice person, and he deserves all the recognition that he's getting for all his hard work and commitment that he's put into Nottinghamshire. We would. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. For anybody. Yeah, well, absolutely, Mr. Brown. And just before you go, Mr. Brown, while I've got you on air, because I don't think I'm going to get you on air ever again. I've got you. I intend to keep you. I, I need you to tell me what is the reason that you would not come on air and talk to one of your best signings that you had back in 1980. I was the first Asian player to play for West Indian Cavaliers. So why? Why have you got this against me, Mr. Brown? Why have you got this against me? You should be happy. Well, Mr. Brand, you know this program's going all around the world. Yeah. I, Thank you so much. I think I should put the phone down now in case you change your mind. Thank you so much, Mr. Brown, for taking time out and remembering our closest friend, Naspasha. I really, really appreciate you taking your time out. I know you're a busy man, and it really, really means a lot to me, and it means a lot to Nottinghamshire community, and especially the Pasha family. It means a lot to them for you to call and remember the good times, and he deserves it, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. You're live through to the studios. How can I help? Hello. I think we've dropped the call. Hello. And that was Mr. Tyrone Brown. And Nas Pasha and Tyrone Brown were very, very close. And I have a call. Hello, good evening. You're live through to the studios. Who am I speaking to, please? Hello. हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम ज़की भाई आप कैसे हैं हाँ जी आप सुन रहे हैं तो you know in the memory of Mr. Nas Pasha it's I just want to I just, जी 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 बेशक please please do yeah absolutely absolutely जी जी बेशक जी जी बेशक absolutely Be- yeah hmm जी जी आमीन बेशक इंशाल्लाह बेशक बेशक Ameen. Ameen. Absolutely. Zaki bhai, thank you so much for so kind words, and it's hard feeling words that you've said. And yeah, आप सही कह रहे हैं कि हमारी दुआएं उनकी फैमिली के साथ हैं. And you're absolutely right. Radio Faza is here for the community and for his family. Anything they want to do, we're here for them. So thank you so much for your call, Zaki bhai. I have another caller waiting. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. You're live through to the studios. Welcome. I'm very well, Vakas bhai. Thank you so much for your call. How are you? Thank you so much. And, it is busy, yeah, lights flashing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, yes, he was. Yeah, yeah. No, no. And that's right. Absolutely, yes. I, I know. He always had a gorgeous smile and he always laughing, wasn't he? Yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was a lovable character, wasn't he? He didn't have a bad word to say about anybody. All he wanted to do when he got up in the morning is take Billy to cricket, and that was his life. And that was his life. Anybody? No, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, my brother. It's very hard. Yeah, yeah. I mean, life is so fickle, isn't it? I mean, we just don't know what's going to be around the corner. So, we need to enjoy every bit, look after our parents, our families, because you just don't know. Life is so fickle. Anything can happen to anybody. And unfortunately, it happened to, our closest friend. And like, we all have to see that journey. It's going to come to us all, but sometimes it's very hard to contemplate. When you've been in so close to somebody for all this time of your life, and then all of a sudden that you're not going to see them, they're not going to be there, they're not going to be. That is the hardest part to come to terms with. It's just when things like, I mean, no, I mean to be, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, as it's always good to talk to people. Anytime you're having difficulties to come into terms, I'm always here for you. Mr. Brown's always here for you. Uh, Yeah, so Mr. Brown says I wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, that's right. Yeah, many years ago. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And and I just want to give this Radio Faza, who's given me this platform to do the show tonight. You know, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, without them, this wouldn't have been possible. And to be quite very, very, very honest with you, why I'm sitting on this platform today is only because of one man, and that man is Nas Pasha. He's the one who introduced me to Zaki Khan. He's the one who introduced me to Tanveer Bhai, and he's the one who said to me, Masood Bhai, you need to do this show. You need to educate our community that cricket is not just about playing. Cricket is a whole family entertainment package. Yeah, that's from players to scorers to groundsmen to families making teas and becoming umpires. And I will never forget, that because of Nas Pasha, I'm here today, sitting on this platform, able to talk to my community. So, with my two hands joined together, I want to thank Nas Pasha for, seeing the ability in me and then bringing me to a platform so I can, give my experience out to the community, with the South Asian community of Nottinghamshire. Thank you so much. जी जी नहीं सुनाए बेशक प्लीज वाह क्या बात क्या बात Amen. Thank you so much for your call, my brother, and inshallah we'll see each other in the cricket season. Thank you so much, brother. Khuda Hafiz. Hello, you're live through to the studios, and good evening. Hello, Alaikum. Who am I speaking to, please? Assalamu alaikum, Lee. How are you? Alhamdulillah, good. What's the weather like in Gloucester? Is it? Absolutely is it? Uh, Oh, bless. Yeah, as you know, we're talking about our very closest friend, a person that's, can you hear me now? Yeah, as you know, that we're talking about our friend who's going to be sorely missed. And I know you've had a great part to play within Cavaliers in Carrington. I just want you to share your view, what you've got to say about Nas Pasha and your experience with this wonderful person. Absolutely. Yeah, 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 absolutely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be sorely, sorely missed. Like Mr. Brown says, it's like losing his right arm. I just don't know who's going to fill that position. It's going to be a job and a half, because he was so reliant and so dependable. You know, Mr. Brown was so dependable on him to, just to say something and it was done. Uh, no, absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah. Anything. Yeah. The person, his character of, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. No, nothing at all. No, no. As a matter of fact, there's been times where Nas had to put money out of his own pocket to make sure the tournament goes ahead. I know that, and it's misconception that when these tournaments are people make money. Nas was putting everything back, because if you look at the trophies, if you look at the cups, if you look at the teams that were turning out, they were all kitted in their own colours, and that was all was born and money spent on the tournament. You know, to a billion. Yeah, that's right. And I'll tell you something funny, and it's true. There was a tournament in Nottingham at the Embankment, and I was asked to umpire in that tournament. Nas put my name forward. But anyway, I went to umpire the tournament, and they gave the tournament organisers gave catering job to this company to do, and no end of people that were actually at this tournament, Lee, were saying, "Oh, who's the maid? Nas, is your missus made the biryani?" He said, "No, no, we've got somebody else." "Oh, we don't want it then." So Nas's wife's biryani was so famous within the community of cricket. It was unbelievable. So thank you very much, Baji, for taking time out and making the biryanis for Nasir Bhai and for all the community. And ladies like yourself and families like yourself also need recognition, because if it wasn't for you, my sister, and the rest of the family supporting Nas, there's no way Nas could have done this for the community. So thank you so much for allowing your husband to be a part of Nottinghamshire's growth in sport. And Nas has played a major, major part in that. And his name will live for a very, very long time. So thank you so much. Absolutely. Absolutely, Lee. Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm going to do a tournament in his name, and it's going to be every year. You know, he did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, yeah. No, absolutely not, Lee. And we're here to support his family. We're here for his family, especially Billy. We're going to make sure that Billy plays cricket at the highest level, and make sure that he we can't take the place of his father, but this come in handy. Billy can then think. That's what friendship's about. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm hoping he does because I would love him to speak to me. Uh, Yeah, yeah. I've still got his telephone number. What he sent me, his Pakistani telephone number, because I'm going to link up with him in February. I'm staying on. I'm not forever. That's my last, memory of him. And I just want Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to grant him the highest place in Jannah because he was a very, very, very nice man. He was a very humble man. He was a very family orientated man. He gave time to his family, gave time to his children, and he also gave time to something that he loved, and that was this beautiful game of cricket. He took a lot of youngsters from getting into bad habits, hanging around street corners. Nas Pasha, Shiraz, and Mr. Mike. They worked tirelessly, as you all know, Lee, especially down Berridge Road. We could see the van on a midweek on a Saturday collecting people. I mean, if that was the case now, we'd probably get locked up by picking people off the streets. And that we used to do that to generate a game of cricket and make these youngsters enjoy the game of cricket and get them off the streets. And Mr. Mike, Shiraz, and Nas Pasha did all this for the community, and we just got to thank them for that, and the parents also. All the young kids that are playing cricket today, it's all because the community from Nas Pasha, Mr. Mike, Shiraz. These are the people that actually made your children into the children that they are because they took them off the corner of the street and they gave them a focus in life. And that focus cannot be better than this beautiful game of cricket because this beautiful game of cricket teaches you from a very, very young age your ups and downs, how to deal with life. And we all the youngsters. Tireless work. Yeah, in the national final. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and the laugh that we had going to rugby, me, Mr. Mike, Shiraz, and Nas, it was unbelievable. We had such a great laugh traveling there. Uh, and guess who was getting cursed the most? Me. Mr. Brown was cursing me all the way to rugby. But there you go. I know he loves me. I didn't. I didn't. Honestly, I'm quite surprised that he said all these beautiful things about me. Normally, he turns around and says, "You're the worst cricketer I've ever signed," and you know what he says about me. But I'm surprised, and I'm actually recording this conversation. All this program's being recorded. Do you know something? I'm going to let you into a little secret now. When Mr. Brown wanted me to play for Western Cavaliers, he actually parked outside my house for 2 hours because I wasn't in, and he thought, well, he's got to come home sometime. I came home in the evening, and he goes, "Oi!" I looked at him, and he's this, chap calling me over to the car. And I says, yes, sir, how can I help you? He goes, oh, is your name Masood? I says, yeah, I've got, you can have all my money. I don't have anything. He goes, no, my name is Tyrone Brown. I sit in my car. So I sat in his car and he goes, listen, I want you to play for you. I want you to play for me. And you know what, Lee? What a wonderful bloke he is, Mr. Tyrone Brown. Absolutely. Abs- but can you transfer the £100 back into my account now, please, Bish? Thank you so much for your kind words, and absolutely, Nas Pasha deserves everything we've talked about. Everything that everybody said about Nas Pasha, he deserves this and a lot more. That, that's fallingly. Thank you so much, and take Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. And that's a very personal friend of mine, Mr. Liaquat Ali. And I honestly, I didn't pay him to say all them nice things about me. And I also didn't pay Mr. Tyrone Brown to say all these nice things about me. Yeah, I was a decent cricketer. Um, I was like Nas Pasha and Mr. Brown. I just can't get enough of it. I mean, I'm 61 years of age, and if somebody said to me tomorrow afternoon, there's a game at 2 o'clock, Maz, we want you to bring your kit and we want you to play, I'd be there. Maybe I won't be able to take the quick singles, but I'd be there. So let's please keep this course coming and talking about our beloved friend, Mr. Nas Pasha, who's departed from us in December. A very, very sad loss to the community of Nottinghamshire. So please keep these calls coming in on WhatsApp, the telephone number. You already know that. And my friend Nas Pasha loved it. He loved cricket. So Nottingham, I have another half an hour, just over half an hour. Let's keep talking about Nas Pasha. Let's keep these calls coming. Let's keep these calls coming in. We'll take a little commercial break. We'll be back shortly. So keep the calls coming in on the WhatsApp number. Hello, assalamu alaikum, and good evening. You're live through to the studios. Hello, assalamu alaikum. I'll just read a couple of WhatsApp messages out. Nasir Pasha is my uncle. I play cricket and he's a true inspiration to me. He was a great man in Shahid from London. Thank you so much for your message you, you know. So keep the calls coming in, and let's keep talking about my friend Pasha. And the local time is 2029. Keep listening to Radio Faza 97.1 FM. And I'm your host for the rest of the evening, Masood Shaffi. And please stay tuned in to 97.1 FM. And please keep these calls coming in. Let's keep these calls coming in. Let's keep talking about Pasha. You know the telephone number to call. You can call me on WhatsApp. Or the telephone number to call is 01157100971. Have a call, live caller on. Hello and good evening. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Assalamu alaikum, Billy. How are you, son? Alhamdulillah, I'm really, really well. Yes, Billy. What can I say? What can I say, son? It's devastating. Everybody, as you've heard throughout the night tonight, everybody's devastated. The loss of your father. But you know what we have to do now, Billy. We're here. We're all here to support you, son. And what you need to do now is you need to carry your name, dad's name, forward in playing this beautiful game of cricket. And we're here to support you, son. I know it's going to be very, very difficult. And if any time that you get emotional while you're on the telephone call to me, it's okay for you to put the phone down and contact me later. Okay. So I just want you Billy, to share with the Nottinghamshire community that I know everybody's father means the world to them, but your father was so special to you, Billy, and I've seen that from my own eyes. I just want you to say in your own words, please take your time, okay? There's no rush, you know, how the news was and how you're going to sort of carry on forward, with cricket. And that's something we want you to do, Billy. We don't want you to give this game up because your father wanted you to carry on playing cricket, son. Okay, I know it's going to be very difficult for you, but I want you to tell the community in your own words. You know, I know your father used to take you every single day of the week to different venues to play cricket. I just want you to share that with our community, please. Hi, Billy. Yeah, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, and I actually witnessed that. I actually witnessed that, Billy. He was like your best friend, and I even used to tell Nassaf, and there's no disrespect to you, Billy. It's when we're at cricket or you're training or you're practicing, you'd go off into the pavilion to get a drink. Then Nas would be putting all your stuff away in the kit bag, carrying the kit into the boot of his car, and when I saw that, I just thought, how amazing is that? you know, to do this for your son, and you're 20, 25, 26, Billy, because he was so passionate about cricket. It didn't, whether it was your cricket bag, whether it was your bag or your helmet, he was always around you, and it was always making sure that you had, you took two baths, your kit was always clean, that, you look smart out there, and I will never ever forget that. And I used to I used to talk to him about it. He goes, what can I do, Maz? He's my son, and I want him, and I love him, and I want him to realise, how important this is to me, how cricket is important to him. And Billy, you're a wonderful boy. Everybody in Nottinghamshire knows who you are. They know where you're from. Meaning you're from a very, very humble family, a very nice family. A majority of Nottinghamshire know your family, especially your father, to do with cricket. And we here in Nottingham, Billy, are here to support your son. And I wanted to, and I'm so glad that you actually called. And I know it's not very easy to talk about your father, who you just suddenly lost not less than a month ago. And I know it's going to be very hard for you, Billy. But we as friends, this is where the true friendship now is. We want to be a part of you. We want to help you grow into even a better person, and carry that legacy on of your father, Billy. And that his legacy is to help people, is to make sure that people get the best opportunity, whether it's in football, whether it's in job, or whether it's in cricket. And he's left that for you now to carry on his legacy, Billy. And I'm sure that you will do that without any hesitation, because you're a lovely man. You're a lovely, well-groomed and very nice, humble young person. For a person of 25, 26, you've got a whole life ahead of you, Billy. And I know this sudden loss of your father is going to take its toll. Of course it is. But, time will, and, even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, why do we bury our loved ones so quick? Is because God wants us to remember them and carry on with our lives. We can remember them with our heart, with our souls, but we also have a duty to also carry on with our lives, and that is for you to support your sisters, to look after your mum, to look after your brothers. Okay, so don't just sit on the settee and dwell on what's happened. It's all happened, and we've now got to actually now move forward to help your sisters, your mum, and carry on with your father's legacy, Billy. Because he was a community worker, mate, and he helped the Asian community. And I know you as a person will carry that on, Billy, in the name of your father. Inshallah. And, this show was specially dedicated for my friend, not just my friend. He was Nottinghamshire's friend. And a lot of Nottinghamshire families that have got kids playing last 15, 20, 30 years, we need to thank this young person, Pasha, for bringing your children on, taking your kids off the streets, and giving them a focus in life, in sport. Sport is not a bad thing to do, because when I was growing up, it was a taboo subject, and I'm sure my friend Lee, who's listening to me tonight, he will agree with me. And people of my age, when we were growing up, cricket was a taboo subject within the Asian community, within the South Asian community, because all our parents wanted us to do was to become a doctor, become a lawyer, become an engineer. Cricket and sport was secondary. But over the years, as generations have changed, it's got a lot easier for the Asian community to participate in sport, because we've seen for our own eyes that what impact sport can have on one human being from very young age to 17, 18. And if you love cricket and you play cricket at a very young age, you'll be hanging around people that love the game. It will stop you hanging around street corners. It will give you a focus in life. And cricket is such a game where you learn from a very young age how to deal with disappointment, how to deal with 11 different personalities on a cricket field, and that makes you into a better person. That makes you, that is your life, because you will get to see these things in your working life, how to deal with people when you have ups and downs, how to come back up, And cricket teaches you that, because one day you'll get 100 Billy, as you know, and the very next day you go to bat, you're out in a dock, So you have to then go back to your drawing board, and it's all about preparation. It's all about having focus in life. And for me as a person, cricket has been fantastic, because it's made me into a person who I am today. Hence why I can comfortably do a cricket show, and I have enough knowledge to talk about cricket, and I want to do this for my community. And thanks to your father, Billy, and that's another thing that he's left in Nottinghamshire, is to introduce me to Radio Faza, so I can carry on this good work for the community, and passing on my knowledge, and engaging with my community, and making sure our community are learning that cricket is not just about hitting fours and hitting sixes. It's a community affair. It's a family affair. Okay. So, Billy, I really, really appreciate that, and I know I've gone on a bit too long, but I want you to take everything I've said on board, and everything that Lee said on board, everything that everybody said on board about your father, Billy. He was a lovely, lovely person. His legacy must live on, and his legacy is going to live on through you, Billy. Inshallah. Okay. Thank you very much, son. And please. All of Nottinghamshire is going to pray for your father. I just want to give my condolences again to your mother, to your sisters, to your brothers. Our deepest condolences from Radio Faza, because he was the heart and soul of Radio Faza. I mean, Tanveer Bhai will tell you that. Him and Tanveer Bhai were very close. Him and Zaki were very close. And, me dedicating a show on Nas Pasha is something that we all want to do. It's not my doing. It's Tanveer Bhai, it's Zaki Bhai, it's Radio Faza as a team. We owe a lot to this young man, and that young man's name was Nas Pasha, and that young man's name who is your father, and you've got to carry on that legacy, Billy. Thank you so much, Billy, and inshallah we'll talk soon. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. And that was young Husnain Pasha, a very, very, very good cricketer. It's going to be hard for him. It's not going to be easy, but we as a community need to support Billy. Every single one of us. We need to put our arms around him. This is the time where he needs us the most. And I have another caller. I did have another caller. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Who am I speaking to, please? Hi, Larry. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir? I was on the call to Billy, yeah. Yeah, I was on the call to Billy. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Yeah. To next level, yeah. Absolutely. I mean. And while I've got you on the phone, Larry, I also want to thank you as a person, because you, my friend, you're also heart and soul of Nottinghamshire, because everything that happens through here, whether it's good news, bad news, whether it's sport, whatever it is happening in Nottingham, my brother, you are the first person to know, and you share everything with Nottinghamshire. So I want to say thank you so much on air, especially to you, that you inform Nottinghamshire of what's happening in and around Nottingham, whether it's somebody's passed away or whatever is to do with sport. You take time out of your busy schedule of your life, and you dedicate that to Nottinghamshire to pass on information. And I personally want to thank you, Larry, with all the different posts that you do, to do with cricket, to do with people that's passed away, just to inform Nottinghamshire of what's happened. And you're the first person to do that. So I want to say thank you so much for that. Absolute. At the ground, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. In his boot. Yeah. 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 T- That's right. That's right. And it's a special cricket tune, wasn't it? Yeah. It will be. It will. Inshallah. Inshallah. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. It's hard work and yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's going to be sorely missed, yeah, and I'm going to miss him immensely because when I used to come and watch Cavs, we used to walk around and talk nonsense about cricket, and it's just going to be devastating to just go there, Nas not being there. It's just going to hurt everybody. I know it is, but this is something that we've promised God that one day we should him. And all we can do is make dua for him to so he reaches the highest place in Jannah, and make dua for his family to have sabr. And we, as Nottingham community, need to remember Nas Pasha in our duas every single day. Thank you so much, Abna Larry. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Hello, good evening. Got a caller again. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I can loud and clear. Hello, Jamal Bhai. How are you? Good. Alhamdulillah. I'm very good, Jamal. I'm very good. I have indeed. Yes, I have. We are live. Yes. So you can say nice things about me and Nas. No. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Absolutely, Jamal. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The person who was. Yeah. Yeah. Inshallah. Inshallah. No, absolutely not. And I'm really glad that you rang, Jamal. It means a lot, not just to me, to Billy, and the whole of the community, because you were one of these youngsters, growing up in the inner city, and people like Mr. Mike and Nas Pasha and Shiraz. These were the people that were getting these people into the vans and taking you to cricket. And like you said, there's no end of people that have actually come through that. Through that circuit of where Mr. Mike and Mr. Nas Pasha were getting these kids into the van and taking them to cricket and making decent human beings out of them, and then giving them a focus in life. So we owe a lot to Mr. Mike, Nas, and Shiraz, because if it wasn't for them three, there would be no Carrington Cricket Club. There would be no pitch. They've put tirelessly hard-working people, and cricket's not just for the 5 months in the summer. These people working in the winter, as much as to get, and cricket's just 4 or 5 months. It's a whole year. It's a whole year thing that you have to organize as a team. And he did it brilliantly. And thank you very much for remembering him, Jamal Bhai. It's yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I really, really, I couldn't put it in better words. You hit the nail on the head there, mate. Thank you so much for your call. I've got the lights are flashing. I'm going to take another call, Jamal. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much. Allah. Welcome to the studios. Who am I speaking to, please? Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I can now, loud and clear. Who am I speaking to, please? Hello, Sana. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for taking. Yeah, I mean, you've heard all the beautiful things that Nottinghamshire community had to say about your father, and everyone that's spoken about your father, you know, they are absolutely 110% true words. Uh, um, it's a cool for you. And if you want to take time out, you can call me later. I know you're very emotional. I can hear you. But I just wanted to do this show in the memory of not just my friend, but Nottinghamshire's friend. And you've heard all the nice things that people have said. Your father was a one in a million, and I know that, my wife gave me grief. I'm sure your mum used to give Nas grief. Oh, you're always at cricket. Yeah. But, you know, look at the community. Look what your father did for the community, and everybody's remembering him. And I want to say thank you to your mum for allowing him to do this for the community. Because if your mum wasn't behind him, your wonderful daughters weren't behind him, and the whole family wasn't behind Nas to do this, he couldn't have done it on his own. So thank you very much as a family for allowing your father to be a big part of Nottinghamshire community, who will be missed sorely and will never be forgotten. You know, he wouldn't like it. He wouldn't like it. Oh, please, please do. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. That's right. Absolutely. And, and and you has a major part to play in this. Because if your mum didn't allow it, Naz wouldn't have done it. So, we are grateful to your mum at the same time. Because, we all know what pressures we have coming from an Asian family and a background. But, your mum has been absolutely brilliant for allowing our brother to participate in youth. You can call it, well, it is youth work. Getting people together, which is a massively important thing to do, is getting communities together and allowing them to play and fulfill their dreams and be better human beings. Because like I said, I've been saying, cricket does teach you a way of life, how to deal with people, how to deal with ups and downs in your life, how to deal with different personalities on any one day. And because you have 11 players in one team, and every single one has a different personality, and to keep everybody together, it takes a special talent, which your father had. Your father was a very talented young man. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Oh, no, no, no. Honestly, if it, no, no, honestly, he deserved every single thing that we've said about your father. Because, we're not making it up, because it is what it is. He was like that. He was a good human being. He gave his time, his commitment, to the community for without getting a penny out of it, and spending money out of his own pocket at times to make sure these tournaments happen. He didn't want to let other teams down. I know of times where Nasir said to me, Maz, I haven't made enough money. Teams have not paid enough money, and he's had to put money out of his own pocket to make sure that these teams that are coming from out of the town that are not let down at last minute. So he would put money out of his own pocket to make sure the tournaments, were carried out. But what a wonderful human being! And while you're on air, I, I'm just going to read some message which Zaid Pasha has just texted me. He goes, Salam, bro. It's Zaid Pasha. Thank you to you and all the station for dedicating the show to my brother tonight. It's nice to be able to sit here with my children, my Pasha, Zayan Pasha, to hear stories about their uncle and how much great work he has done for the community. I'm proud of his children, Sana, Samia, and Hasnain. It's a big loss for everybody. We can get through this together, and I'm proud to say he is my older brother, and I will miss him. I'm looking forward to the cricket tournament in the name, and looking forward to help. It says, please read this out on Radio Faza. So I wanted you to hear this, Sana. Oh, bless. So are you listening, Zaid Bhai? Sana loves you very much, and she's missing you. So I give her a call straight after I've stopped speaking to her. And yeah, sorry, carry on. Exactly. Exactly. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Oh, don't forget the biscuits. Donna, thank you so much for coming on. And I know it's difficult. In, inshallah, inshallah. And everybody that's listening, coming towards the end of my show, I don't want everybody to go away yet because we're going to do a dua for him. And I want everybody to raise their hands in a couple of minutes when I come back on here. Sana, you can put the phone down now and you can also do dua with us. I'm going to do dua live on air. So please join me in a couple of minutes. So thank you very much, Sana, for calling. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
So, in the Just Cricket, we will do a Fatiha for the departed soul. Yeah, yeah. You're tuned into Radio Faza 97.1 FM. Just Cricket आप सुन रहे हैं मसूद शफी के साथ एंड ये शो हमने रेडियो फ़ज़ा की जानिब से डेडिकेट किया है नासिर पाशा को उनकी रिमेम्बरेंस में उनके काम के लिए जो उन्होंने नॉटिंघमशायर में क्रिकेट के हवाले से किया है वो हमेशा याद रहेगा एंड उसके अलावा एक ऐसी शख्सियत जो आपके दिलों में बसती रही है हमारी तरफ से रेडियो फ़ज़ा की तरफ से हम एक बार फिर उनके फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स के साथ जो है वो कंडोलेंसेस करते हैं तहे दिल से and we share your pain and हम उनके लिए फातिहा ख़वानी करते हैं. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. या अल्लाह हमारी तरफ से ये उनकी नासिर पाशा की रूह के इसाले सवाब के लिए कबूल फरमाए उनकी मग़फ़रत फरमाए या अल्लाह पाक अल्लाह ताला उनके दर्जात को बुलंद फरमाए अल्लाह ताला उनकी फैमिली को दोस्तों को सबको सब्र जमील अता फरमाए और अल्लाह ताला उन्हें जन्नत के बागों में से अपने जो जन्नत के बागों में से अपने जो भी बाग वो उनको अता करे और उनके जो बच्चे हैं आगे और उनकी जो फैमिली है उनकी खैर आफियत रहे या इलाही आमीन एंड वो अब जाहिर सी बात है जो नासिर पाशा ने ख्वाब अपने बच्चों के लिए अपने फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स के लिए देखा था अल्लाह ताला उन सबको खैरियत और आफियत के साथ रखे
आमीन.
अस्सलाम.
So that's the end of my show. Inshallah ta'ala, I will see you all guys next week. And thank you very much for all people that's participated in calling the show tonight and talking about our friend, our very close friend, Pasha. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure his family do as well. Thank you very much, Nottinghamshire, and thank you very much for participating. Okay, I'll see you guys next week, inshallah. Allah Hafiz for now, and take care of yourselves, your families, and each other. Allah Hafiz.